Hello. Today we're out here doing some family camping, so I figured I'd do a video on some of my fire starters. I've had some questions on why I use the ones I do. Just want to show you how I test them and for family camping. So.
Kind of these.
But so I want to show you the differences in the sparks on them. I use a ferro rod. There are some you can get off eBay that are magnesium flint rod, they call them. That's pretty popular. So I'm going to show you the reasons why I chose the ferro rod versus the other ones, is what I sell on my sheets. So we'll go here and show you spark. What I do is spark on paper towel, and you can actually see you'll get less sparks with the ferro rod, but you'll actually see it burn into the paper towel, like it burned through it, or light it on fire. Whereas the ones that just spark, the sparks just roll right off of the paper towel, so it's less heat. So this is the magnesium flint rod. You can get a lot of these on eBay. That's what they'll be. And this is typically in a lot of your fire starters that you'll throw a lot of sparks with. See, it throws a lot of them, but it doesn't even hardly burns into the wood. Windy here. You can see it hardly even turns it brown. So it throws decent spark, but it's not enough heat. Now this is the one that, it's a ferro rod. This is what I have on my sheets. Put a rock on there so the wind doesn't blow it away. See, the sparks kind of last a little longer. See, it starts burning in. Typically it'll actually light this right up, but
pretty windy today.
It is windy, yeah. Oh, there it goes. You see it'll light it right up, and you can see even before the fire here, it's browned a whole lot more than this other one. But said this other one, we'll throw some more sparks on this as soon as this one burns out. But I like a fire steel that's going to throw a hot enough spark to light what you're trying to light. If you have to light leaves, if you don't have a fire starter or cotton balls or something, you have to light leaves on fire, the ferro rod is a whole lot better than one of these other magnesium rods or some mixed metal. I'm going to throw some more sparks with this just to see what we can do. This is the cheap one. This isn't what I use. This is the one that throws good sparks.
It doesn't.
But you can see it doesn't really do anything. The spark just disappears. They're not hot enough to light. And if I really, really work on it, I might be able to. But there, it throws good sparks. This is the one that I use. Again, this is what we were shooting at. Again, not as many sparks, but they're hotter. You'll see them kind of roll around a little more. And that helps in lighting like leaves and harder to light material. See, it burns through there. I actually lit it up. So anyway, yeah, there it goes again. That's why I choose these. They're easier to light and they hold the spark longer. It kind of rolls out there and it's almost like a little molten ball. It's not the mesh metal or anything, but it's just a regular ferro rod. So just want to show you guys that one just to give you the comparison why I chose the ferro rods over some of the other ones. But that's what I put on my fire steels. Like I said, they don't throw, I mean, maybe looks like 3 to 6 spark balls or whatever, but that's not a lot, but they kind of last longer. So that's why I chose this one. But is that?
Any other tips for using them?
Oh, yeah, tips for using them. When you're using them
with your knife,
you want to make sure the back of your knife has a flat, squared off surface. Like on this is a BK2 Tiger Nap. They flatten off the front. If it's rounded at all, it won't throw sparks. Like on your BK2s, you guys have to take the paint, scrape that off, and actually take some metal to square it off so you have a sharp edge. If there's paint on the front side or whatever, it typically won't throw good sparks. So go and flatten that off. What'd you do? Sticky? The berries? Yeah, don't play with those. Yeah, don't eat them. Okay. Yeah, we don't eat those. The boy was eating berries? Oh, well, I hope his parents know. Hope to see what kind they are. But, okay. Let Daddy finish and we'll go look, okay?
You can watch Daddy
Here,
make sparks.
And then another thing, once you have that squared back, a lot of the Moras have a good, some of them, they're stamped metal that throw sparks really good, but some of them, when they buff them, rounds the edge enough where it won't throw any sparks. I know a lot of my Triflexes, they won't, and I've had a couple of the Classics that won't. I've got to grind the back of them, otherwise they don't throw sparks. You've got to have a sharp edge to dig in, and you don't want to use your blade. Use your blade, you'll dull it. But, so anyway, otherwise, a good way to start is take your knife, put it down, and pull the rod away from the knife. I mean, if you want to get a little more, you can kind of do a little bit of both. But that's typically what I do, is pull the fire seal away from. Hey guys, I figured I'd show you how to reprofile the back of the knife. Like I said, a lot of these knives will be rounded over just slightly, and it won't throw a spark really nice. To get the best spark, you want this to be a nice sharp 90-degree angle on the back here, and that'll really throw the sparks well. So I'll show you how to do that. One thing to be careful of when you're using a grinder like this is to never put pressure on it, or a lot. You don't want to heat up the metal. You don't want to ruin the temper or the heat treatment that's already on here. A hand file would work the best. You know, just shave it off. Again, you want to make sure this is a 90. So when I use the electric grinder, or the bench grinder here, I'm just going to go very lightly, just enough to slowly take it off. You know, if it takes more time, that's no big deal. It shouldn't take much time at all. But so I'll show you how to do that, and I'll also show you what I do to get a little extra spark. What I do on a lot of my knives is I add a little, barely see it there. Camera's horrible, so, but probably see it very faintly. 3 little nut grooves on the top there. That gives me a little more surface space, and it cuts into the fire seal pretty good. That throws some really good sparks. Also, on the BK2, you'll see I had to, the glare's really bad. See faintly, I came down the side. You got to get the paint off the side of the knife too. And again, here I've got some file marks there. Throws a little, gives you a little thumb grip, plus it throws some spark good. But you gotta, not much, but it's gotta come down the side. If the paint's up on the side, even if you take it off the top, it won't throw sparks. It's gotta cut the fire seal, is what throws the sparks. You're actually shaving off a little burr of the fire seal, and that's what burns. So you gotta go to the top of it, and then come down just enough to get that sharp 90-degree edge. So I'll show you how to do that here. Again, you just want a 90-degree angle. And then do once and look at it, you know, make sure you got the right angle on it. There you go. There you go, it's nice and flat. Now this one I'm going to add the, actually this one I'm not going to add the jimping on. So it's got a really nice, I don't put my thumb down there anyway. It's got a nice, you can feel a nice sharp burr on there. And that's what you want, that throws a really good spark. Let me show you here. Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, for my camera cutout, that's why I chose the fire steels I did, because the spark just lasts really long, and that's what I like. I'm going to buy and put on the fire steels that I like. Some of the other ones just don't work as well for what I like. So if anybody has a different one they want to put on a sheath, I can, no problem. We can make it fit those. You just would have to send it in, or. But like I said, the ones that I use, the fire steels that I use are the ferro seam rods. So they last quite a bit. This one I've been using for about a year now. Not quite a year, but so. All right. Like I said, hope that helps. throw some pictures in here if I can. Like I said, this camera's not the best, so. But on the BK2, again, it's very important to get the paint off the side, some of it too. Otherwise, it won't throw sparks. So, actually, let me. Yeah, there's no paint off the back, but just take a section off the top, and you got to come around the sides to get that sharp burr on the 90, and that throws really good sparks too. So. Something to remember too is when you're going to do this, take your knife at a 90 to the fire steel and just tilt a little bit, make a 45-degree angle or less. You want to be able to scrape and throw. You don't want to be too much this way or too flat up and down. You want to make sure you're cutting in. So something like that works really well for throwing sparks. So, alright, I hope. Alright, well that should be it. Thanks for watching. If there's any other questions, let me know. I can do a video on it or answer them on email or whatever. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.